some areas this is disquieting because one doesn't know exactly where the Commission stands on that particular issue. There are three important chapters in the report. One deals with the historical experience, the other on the ingredients of policy, and the third one on the global trends. As Michael Spence just now pointed out, they identified 13 countries which have grown at the rate of 7% or above for a continuous period of 25 years. And these 13 countries are in Asia, Africa, and so on, but most of the countries are in Asia, large number of countries are in Asia. But they all differ in size, structure, and so on and so forth. They are tiny states like Singapore and Malta, small countries like Oman, and so on. But then they try to draw some inferences from this. As Michael Spence just now mentioned, 5 characteristics, which all of them satisfy. One doesn't know what lessons to draw from this. Is it all these conditions are conditions that must be satisfied for any economy to grow at a faster rate, or at the rate at which they are at a rate of 7% per annum continuously? I'm not sure of that. The other is that many of these countries, or several of these countries, after having grown at 7% plus above for 25 years, have also experienced a period in which the growth rate has come down. After all, Brazil grew up to 1980, and it had a tough time and experience after 1980. It's true of some of the Asian countries after the 1997 crisis. And therefore, whether it assures that having grown for 25 years essentially means that you can continue to grow beyond that as well. So it's not very clear on that. So, and then I'm also not very clear whether all these countries satisfy the criteria that they lay down also. For example, market allocation is one of the conditions. That is, the market allocates resources. China has made a big jump from what it was earlier, but whether it is appropriate to say that China is a country in which the market always allocates resources. We all know, at least in one area, in the financial markets, it is very repressed and so on. And then also even about the governance. It talks about competent, credible governance. And we also know that some of these countries have also had crony capitalism. Indonesia is one country which had grown for 25 years at 7% and above. Now, what kind of a governance, how do you describe that governance? Maybe they had a stable government going, committed, in the sense that the person was at the head was committed, but then whether you call it competent, credible, and so on, I'm not very sure. Now let me come to few of the arguments that have been placed in the report. There are many, many. There are innumerable number of contentions on which they have made comments. The first one, I think, is on this integration with the rest of the world.